Have you ever felt like you're just a backup plan in a girl's life, when in reality, you should be her first choice? I remember a few months ago, my cousin Daniel started getting close to a girl named Sarah. At first, their vibes were really intense and their connection seemed great. But over time, Daniel started feeling something was off. Dewey always had an excuse every time Daniel tried to make plans. She'd often say, "I'm busy with work," or "I have plans with my girlfriends tonight." I get it, bro. Everyone has their own life. But Sarah started making excuses more and more often to reschedule. It kept happening until Daniel felt like he was just a backup option. He started to feel like he was just filling in the empty spaces in Sarah's schedule. Finally, one Saturday night, Daniel planned a dinner at their favorite cafe, thinking this would be the perfect moment for them to truly connect. He was ready to have a serious talk, hoping they could get past this phase. But 2 hours before their scheduled time, Sarah sent him a message saying she was stuck at a work event and couldn't make it. And to make matters worse, Daniel later found out from a friend that Sarah was actually at a different cafe with her friends. That moment made Daniel realize that he wasn't Sarah's priority, just a backup for when she didn't have any better plans. Daniel came to me, one day asking what he should do. Here's what I told him, and for anyone who's in a similar situation. The bitter truth is, in relationships, if you're not the main course, you're just leftovers. You're not in the middle. You're on the side. But if you're in this situation, don't worry, bro, because you found this video, and I have a raw, unfiltered clue that will take you from being maybe to a must-have for any girl. Okay, step 1. Read the situation. Have you ever felt like you're just filling up the empty spaces in her life whenever it's convenient for her? That's a red flag. First, bro, we're not just talking about a good night text she sends after taking forever to reply to your messages. This is more than that. It's about you, your value, and your presence that's just a tiny part of her life. You need to be the main event, bro, not a second thought. No guy with self-respect will allow himself to be the background for too long. So I want you to really reflect on this reality, understand its meaning, because acknowledging it is the first step to changing your situation, bro. Step 2, the law of reciprocity. Let's be honest, girls are just as strategic as guys, if not more. This isn't a chess match, where one side gives attention, time, and everything else, while the other side just gives crumbs. You're not just in a bad deal, bro. You're teaching her that she can benefit with minimal effort. This creates a high-risk dynamic where she understands the benefits of minimal effort, while you're increasing your value without getting any return. You don't have an ROI, return, on investment. So what should you do? Either you adjust the balance and get the fair reciprocity, or you walk away from this one-sided transaction. You're not going to keep trying in a bad relationship, right? The logic is the same here, bro. Adjust the emotional balance or leave. Step 3. Be first. You want to be the one people notice when you walk into a room, right? To do that, bro, you need to stop seeing her as the sun and yourself as the planet, orbiting around her. I'm talking about a total mindset shift here. It's not just about ignoring a few calls or rejecting last-minute requests. No, bro, this is about the atmosphere you create, the energy you exude as soon as you walk through the door. The goal here is to develop an aura of self-importance, a magnetic quality that makes her feel like she'll lose her balance if she's not careful. You need to change the dynamic so you're not always the one available every time she calls. You should live with a purpose so fulfilling, so meaningful, that she starts questioning whether she's truly part of your agenda. Once she feels your attention isn't focused on her anymore, that's when she'll start paying attention to you. Step 4. The novelty factor. There's a saying, familiarity breeds contempt. It's not just talk, bro. It's hard science. Psychologists call this habituation. In simple terms, it means that something once exciting becomes boring and predictable. If you're the guy who comes in with the same pickup lines, the same tactics, guess what, bro? You're going to quickly fall into the boring guy category. So, how do you handle that? You need to surprise her, flip the script, and keep her guessing about your next move. You have to become the puzzle she wants to solve, bro. Step 5. Be the prize. A big mistake guys make is showing all their cards at the start, offering everything up front, and what do they get in return? Nothing. Why does this happen? Because the value of scarcity is often overlooked. I'm not just talking about your time here, though that's important. This is more than time. It's about your emotional capital and undivided attention. The rarer this is, the more she'll realize that she doesn't just want it, she needs it. You don't need to announce this change, bro. Just make her feel that this transformation has to be experienced, not spoken. Let her feel your absence and she'll start questioning why she feels that way. You'll become the prize she's motivated to win. This scarcity change needs to be something she experiences as a realization, like a special moment that makes her understand how important you are. Step 6. Set boundaries. This is the key, bro. Having boundaries isn't about shutting yourself off emotionally, but about setting the rules for engagement. It's the blueprint for your self-worth. You're not a doormat that anyone can walk all over. So let her think. Let her imagination run wild, wondering where you are, what you're doing, and who gets the honor of being with you. And before you speak, this isn't a game, bro. This is about mental engagement in a world where everything's at our fingertips. It's an art that's been forgotten, the art of missing someone, which becomes a strength. It's time to bring that concept back into your dating dynamics, bro. How she treats your presence. Step 7. Show what you've got. Be the guy with unmatched substance, because this makes you 150% irreplaceable. If your situation is consistent and your wisdom solid, she won't hesitate. She'll reevaluate her game plan. You're not just a guy she's dating. You're the person who brings depth, stability, and meaning into her life. Embed that into her consciousness, bro. Make her understand how important you are and how much emptiness she'll feel if you're gone. So, that's your game plan to elevate yourself from being just a backup option to someone she can't ignore, someone she'll prioritize, bro. As for my cousin, Dewey started feeling his absence. His chats, his calls started increasing, and his messages became more enthusiastic. But by that time, Daniel had already shifted his mindset, knew his worth, and wasn't willing to be her backup anymore. Daniel understood how valuable he was, and didn't want to just be someone to fill her free time anymore. Thank you. Hope this helps.